shit na yung mga goth kids nga mga puti nagtanaw niya. Awkward kaayo.
What the
What
hell?
in the satanic ritual is this? Kanang
Welcome to another episode of Under the Sink Show. My name is Kyla. I am your host. This is a place where we talk about things under the sink. How is everyone? How is everyone dealing with this heat wave? I feel like there are other problems in my life that are kind of heavier and way denser. So I might with this weather. I'm accepting it. Also, my air conditioner is broken. This is just me oversharing. So, but my air conditioner is broken, and I'm in denial that it's broken. So I turn it on, and I think the fan is working, but the cooling part, the one that feels like a refrigerator, yeah, that's not working anymore. Anyway, I'll keep this really quick, but I wanted to just say that the Friend Factory and Under the Sink Show workshop, the Imagination Storytelling Workshop, is happening this weekend. So that's going to be on the 18th of April and then on the 19th. If you want to sign up, now would be the best time to sign up. And if you can't make it, if you feel like you're too far away, or I don't know, you're just booked on that day, please share the post, okay? You don't need to gatekeep me, guys. I can be friends with your friends. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I am very excited I'm always excited to introduce our guest every time. But specifically for this one, I am extremely excited. She is a role model when I was in college, when I was learning short films and I was exposed to the art scene. The first ever short film that I fell in love with when I went to Cebu to study was her film. It was during a Sinulog film festival, and it was Operation Prutas, and it was just so absurd and so silly, and I loved it so much. And when she won, I was like, of course she will win. And so yeah, filmmaker, storyteller, artist, Ara Chaudhary. Welcome, Ara, to Under the Sink Show. How are you? How's New York? What are you doing there?
what am I doing here? I don't know. Hi, Kyla. Thanks for
Hello.
having me. New York is thawing. Wala na snow for
Oh,
a couple of kay I'm still crossing between California and New York. Kay napakoy mga gipang tiwas didto. I still have things that I've been doing this fellowship sa California, so every month I have to be there in person. Yeah, nasa didto akong kids, so I still have a reason to go back. And then so mura ko, it's what we call here, it's what we call bicoastal here.
ooh, and it's also
Char.
California is very far away from New York.
Yeah, like opposite sides of the continent
Yeah.
bitaw niya. Yeah, so naabot ko diri sa New York because it just so happened na I was capturing footage for a documentary pagka November.
Yeah.
And then I was couch surfing in this apartment. And then kanang the person that I was capturing kay left this apartment because he was subleasing, or they were subleasing a room here. And then the person that they were subletting from was moving out anyway, and natungnan nga bago man may buwag pud ni Chris. And
Yeah.
then I was gonna be moving into a different room sa Oakland. So I just decided there's nothing really that's holding me in California, and I do need I do need the space bitaw kanang,
Yeah.
like it's a how many years na relationship, you kind of need the reset before you can like figure things out. So we're figuring things out in terms of co-parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a restart for me in a way, and it's been interesting. Like New York is New York is great because you can walk everywhere, you can subway everywhere
Yeah.
compared to Bay Area nga kanang kotse bitaw kaayo, it's very car based. So nindot as in kanang nindot ang ako ang like I get great opportunities here. Like in the how many years that I've been in California, I never once met a Waray person.
Yeah.
Pero I know I did meet one Waray person pero murag wala kay may nag-click bitaw. Pag abot na ko diri, I met an architect nga Waray, si
my
Kim Tate.
God.
And then earth building, sustainable development, like all of these things na when I was in Region 8, kanang mura ko buang bitaw if I start talking about those things. Like, if I talk, people call me crazy. And I meet the one person na makarelate na ko na like over those things and dili lang makarelate, she is an architect and she has like a bamboo lab in Leyte. And it turns out we're distant relatives pag yun. So, mura
Kim
ko kanang...
Sonich, that's so
Yeah,
insane.
so muna siya. Murag, I don't know yet like what New York has for me, but or I don't know what I have for New York, but like, you know, it's a building relationship.
Yeah. So what's under your sink?
I was thinking about that question and I think na because I have so little water in my chart.
Unsa
In
di ay ka?
my kuan ko, Aries, Sun,
okay.
Gemini Moon, Capricorn Rising. So, halos wala dyan ko'y tubig. North
O so
Node ran
mag-birthday
ako,
na ka or
Pisces.
nag-birthday na? Mag-birthday ka?
Mag-birthday. Pisces season pa man.
Okay, yeah.
Right now, di ba? April 10 akong birthday.
Okay.
Pero kanang, ang, what's under my sink? What's going on under the plumbing?
yes, exactly that.
I don't know, curiosity. I'm still, like, I think I imagine what's under my sink and I see a black hole.
I love it. Like, it's just the unknown.
The unknown, yeah, the unknown. And, you know, kanang, I don't know. Half of the time, I don't know where, like, my impulses come from or what, sometimes where my emotions come from. Kanang mukuan lang siya and then because Gemini moon ko, maghinuktok ko, magtanaw ko sa kanang what the water is. Because I think of water as emotions. And, like, I think about the plumbing as, like, where's the rush of emotion coming from? And I tend to overthink. I tend to be in my head a lot when it comes to emotions just because, oh, what is this? I don't know what it...
Yeah.
May inana ko when it comes to emotion. So, yeah, it's a black hole, bitch.
It's a black hole. Na ako'y, before, like last year, kaya na ako'y notepads in front of me that says, surrender yourself to the unknown or surrender yourself to not knowing. And I took that advice because I look at it all the time. I took that advice too much na ako na ang tolerate ang what I don't know. Like, so like, ako nang gipang tolerate ang nana ko yung mga benefit of the doubt people. Ay, basin ko ano siya, like ikaw po, or like, basin like wala lang siya like energy right now. But didto kay like, mura na kog nahimog naive basically to a situation, and then I took after na murag na tanga moment ko, I took that thing off my desk. I'm like, no, you surrender yourself to the unknown, but also you can also know things. It's okay to know things. So.
Yeah, you're allowed to also have boundaries around the abyss.
So like that is, I relate to you in the sense na I'm also very impulsive and based. Ang akong creativity is, in a simplest term, is like based on mood or like based on whatever unsa ang ma-feel sa akong body right now. Like, do I feel like drawing?
Intuition,
yeah,
right?
like do I feel like
yung
ana. How does that translate sa imo, especially on a place na mura kag constraint in a way, nga mura kag mangita, I need to do this, I need to do this thing. How do you go about that?
The benefit of leaning into intuition is that kanang, or being a little bit delulu bitaw.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Allowing yourself to be delulu is because if I think too much about my constraints and I think too much about like what or how things are supposed to be, quote unquote, this world isn't made for me.
Yes.
This system isn't made for me. It's made for white men. And so if I take things at face value, it's definitely not going to, no doors are going to open for me. No opportunities are being made for me. So I have to be the one to make those opportunities. So like I have to trust in my I have to trust in my intuition, and I have to lean on the Delulu, or at least
Yeah.
like to hope that my guides, my spiritual guides, are like seeing things that I don't,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the ones who are like poking me in the
Yeah.
gut, na saying na okay, walk this way, or yeah, you can move to New York. And I've also over the years developed tools to so that I have a check and balance system about my intuition, and it's not just because I can't just
Just
read the news
super
and
duper
rely on it.
dilulu. Yeah.
Dili
Yeah.
dili sad nasad ko there is a method to the madness. Like I use I subscribe to the whole kanang as above so below,
Yes.
meaning any divination method that you employ will come to the same conclusion, to the same answer. Ang kuan lang is that, like, for example, if you're talking to, wala na, nagkuan ako. If you talk to
Yes, fine.
spirits,
Yeah.
no?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole cosmology of spirits. There's different kinds of spirits that you can talk to. There's ancestor spirits, there's plant spirits, there's kanang land-based spirits, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And each of those spirits have their own agenda. So, ma-filter sad ang message or ang divinations through sa ilahang agenda. Like, for example, ancestor spirits really like to come through when people are doing tarot readings about love, because ancestors are interested in the continuity of their lines.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
sila mo'y mangbuya bitaw, like mo ayo ana nga lalaki kay wa na siya
Yeah.
lami na sila sakit nga blah 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 blah. Kada siya nga lalaki okay na siya because kung magdayon mo ang inyong mga anak blah blah blah, blah. Inana na
Yeah.
sila, inana ang ancestor spirits. So you see tarot readers who are like your guides something something,
Yeah.
mga ungo na ilang magipang channel. Like
Okay.
that's how I've come to understand it. And so like when you it's interesting because like during the pandemic I took these, where landlocked ta, and then kanang daghan kay mga online workshops nga bisag
Yeah.
unsa.
Of course.
And then of course,
Yeah,
right? Like, and they're
yes,
free.
yeah.
So
Why not?
so one of the workshops I took was this it was a workshop on how to talk to plant spirits. And then it was given by this white lady, and kon kay siya kanang love and light, niya inana, blah blah blah, mo tune in ka, learn to be quiet, learn to listen, niya hug the tree, kay naay kanang you can give it your energy, it'll give it back, blah blah blah. So nindot kay siya, and then nagdamgo bitaw ko that night. Niya sa damgo na ko, I was moving through this tropical jungle. So kanang murag Pilipinas siya nga forest ba, and then naay waray nga lalaki nga gatingog nga mura ko gikasab-an nga kanang murag diri ito kanang ako na lang i-translate, no,
Yeah,
kay
of course.
kanang ano na dili na nako siya, I can't word for word it, but it was basically telling me na you don't treat the forest as if it's refrigerator nga open and close lang nimo so that you can get what you want out of it. Ang the forest is dangerous and it will kill you if it wants to. So you beg for it. You beg for power from it. And when you beg for power from it, you have to bring gifts. You have to give it kanang kuan bitaw, you have to give it offerings. Pero na ina nga pangasaba ba? And then I'm like,
I was like, it worked. Oh my god. That's so
shit,
cool.
sorry.
I love it. The way that translates to me, kay I like lore building, right? Or so like na ako yung mga characters ng mga OCs or whatever, and then they're actually just a simplified version of these spiritual guides. So like I give them all like kaning mauni ang batasan or whatever. So whenever I make decisions or something, like I would always look back at the things that I make kaning mga representations of myself or versions of
characters.
myself na okay, what would they do? And I'm sorry, but like I wanted to speak about like your dream and then like the warayness of it. I don't think we ever talked about us being
About
waray.
being waray.
Being
I
waray.
know.
Like, where are you
I know.
from? Like, because I don't think we ever
Yeah.
had a conversation at
A
all
real conversation about
in
it.
real life. I don't even think we even have a conversation period na
Yeah.
duro-diretso. I think we just had like hi, hello, goodbye.
Oo.
So like
Yeah.
yes, where are you from? Who are you now?
Where am I from? I'm from Biliran Island.
Okay.
And so kanang storya about Biringan City.
Yeah, yeah.
is actually Biliran.
Yeah, bitaw because it's in Samar
Yeah.
dapat, right? But Ibiliran, that's where
But
Naval
you can
is, right?
see Biliran from
Yeah.
Samar. So ang actually ang story de ana is that there was a cult in mga 1765
Mm-hmm.
na established sa Biliran, and you could see the lights from Samar of their cult, of their settlement.
Mm-hmm.
So syempre storya-storya sa mga tao, makita nila mga babaylan nga taas kay buhok.
Oh.
Nahimo ng engkanto over the years.
Yeah.
And then like when you talk to Biliranons about what's it called? About mga engkantada,
Mm-hmm.
kuan there's a whole munaog sila, and then they speak in this pidgin Spanish about how they're going to Manila to sell cacao, and then wala kuno sila
Mga
kanang
ingani, oo.
filtrum bitaw. Oo. Wala sila filtrum niya. Ako kay kanang that's interesting. And then many years later, high school, I saw this SciComm na pamphlet talking about Biringan City, and I'm like, and the story was that na ako na yung mga packages nga maabot sa Samar, and people don't know where Biringan City is because there's no such thing, but those packages still end up in a destination. I'm like, yeah, duh, because that's my address. And then but people got hung up on the idea that there's this mysterious place that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
nga puyanan og mga engkanto. And I'm like, this is the problem also, because growing up, whenever mo appeal mig mga competitions, kami mga
Mm-hmm.
taga-Biringan,
Yeah.
kanang kung anon mi ba kanang like mo adto mig Tacloban or mo adto mig Ormoc, kami ang mga taga Bukid, like
Yeah.
i-shade me as mga taga Bukid man na sila, mga bugo man na sila inana. And I'm always in those inter-school competitions bitaw, and people are always like
Condescending.
undermining,
Oo. Yeah.
condescending, or kanang they don't expect they don't expect brains to come out of the Bukid.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
So I've always been this novelty, like sa Region 8 nga mga competitions, like ipadala ko koan. That's how I traveled. I was able
Mm.
to travel because I was so competitive as a kid. Like because it was the only way to leave.
Yeah.
It was the only way to escape. And
Right now
when
too.
you're
That's
growing up
also
there.
like you right now. And just like
Yeah, exactly. Like that's been my life.
Mhm.
Like that's been the most consistent thing about my life, na I join competitions, I win them, and then because I win them, I'm able to makalaag ko, and because wala ko'y kwarta.
Yeah.
Like may akong puhunan, like my puhunan is my brains. That's all I could ever kanang murag mo na nay pinaka kanang hugutan ako bitaw. What I found na um, that they have here that we don't have a lot of back home is mga workshops, right? Like there's theater workshops, there's acting workshops, there's improv workshops. So when you're thinking um, when you're thinking on your toes with improv or with role playing
Mhm.
games like that, mas ma-flex nimo ang imuhang kanang ang instant bitaw nga like how am I gonna make this interesting?
Which
And
is like
the
what
more
you
that you
said is
exercise that creative
intuition
muscle,
too. Like it's the intuition na
yes,
fast. Like
yeah, it's your intuitive muscle. So I found na because I was already reading tarot, and because like in script writing you have to think in terms of pictures all anyway, kanang it helped with the things, with the workshops on kanang on like how do you access plant spirits, for example, or how do you interpret dreams, or like kanang all of these divinatory practices um fed from the same muscle that I was using to write scripts or to work on to analyze films or to ano, so they're the same, it's the same creative muscle, it's the same intuitive muscle, because asa man ka mohugot sa imong stories,
rather
diba,
the
where do you get your
experience,
stories from?
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know, and you don't know even like sometimes it's part memory, it's part pattern finding, it's part like who like books that you've read from kupong kupong or whatever, and then like over time identify na nimo bitaw nga, oh okay, kanang this intuitive nudge is me recognizing a pattern, recognizing a feeling, recognizing this like something is bubbling up and I need to give a voice to it.
Yeah. I love it. I love creative brains. It's overwhelming, and it's kanang ang ako ang challenge siguro in terms of like creating is, I don't know if you feel it too in your end, but like I get kung unsa ko ka creative or unsa ko ka fiery of like the fire burning of my creativity, ing ana sad ko ka insecure. So like a total like 180 of like my thing is like more siya like it's either I'm full locked in or like I'm backing out. So like that is
You know what can help with that?
yes. Please help me.
Okay, the problem also is you're intelligent, right? Like you're intelligent and sometimes your brain gets in the way. Like it's your brain that tells you because it's your brain that wants to quantify as opposed to qualifying. When you're creative, you're qualifying, but then your quantifying side shows up and that's the part that tries to show you the limitations, and that's when you start becoming like second guessing yourself and second guessing your intuition, so that then that's when you start telling yourself no, dinha na ka murag what's the word for there's a word for kada bitong mapugngan ang imuhang bitaw, um whatever, I forgot. And when you're activating your intuition, you have to learn to bypass the thinking brain. That's why in accessing like intuitive wisdom, people put themselves in different states of being. So either through drugs or through sex or through alcohol or through meditation or through like asphyxiation or like all of these different ways to access different states of being. And there's a very practical way of getting to a different state, because kuan man na siya kanang ang everyday nato nga like um setting
Yeah.
is we're on beta kanang when we're driving, when we're walking to school, kanang automatic na imong lawas bitaw, you don't really need to like it's not deep thought
Yeah.
that you need to access to do these things. Marag muscle memory lang siya. Your brain is on beta. And then when you're in flow, when you're creating art, when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, when you're when you're improvising, when you're doing all of these things, you tend to go to alpha. So when you're in your flow state, that's when you're in alpha. And so you don't need to take drugs, you don't need to like do anything, like you don't need to meditate even, although it's it in a way the method that I learned was kind of in a way more siyang meditation. And the technique that I was taught is that you close your eyes pero imong eyeballs nagtanaw sa taas. So you feel the
More
murag
like
may
the
kuan
crown
diri,
of
diba?
whatever.
Murag tingli ang imong forehead.
Yeah.
And then try counting backwards and then inhaling and then exhaling with every count. So when the first time that you're doing it, try to count from 100. Ang effect ana is that when you get to 1, mura kag nag-countdown bitaw, and the head buzz is like in a place where it feels more constant. Grabe ang impact sa writing, sa imagination, sa like all of these things, because you've basically put yourself into a different state of being
That's so cool.
and you didn't need drugs.
That's like making your own high.
Exactly. So
Oh my god.
empowering siya.
I'll try that immediately.
Try it. Yeah. That's my creative hack. It helps when you're stuck in your head a little bit,
Yeah.
like when you're overthinking things or kanang blocked imong intuition. It helps, but kanang these days kay I guess over time
Yeah.
you learn to stop the monkey mind,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stop the overthinking, the reptilian brain, the fear-based na, but no, but blah, 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 blah. And kanang, of course, when pag-depressed ta, mo atakar na sad na, mo kuan ang the perpetual no's bitaw.
Yeah,
They
the
keep
doubts.
showing up.
Uh,
Oo. But there are tools, right? Like that's one tool. And then another tool is just to like think about keep a stack of positive what's it called? Not affirmations, but positive proof in your life that that you can lean onto the
to ground
dilulu
you
a little bit.
of some sort.
To ground you in the dilulu.
Grounding yourself in the delulu. Yeah, I
Right.
get it.
What I'm learning now is that I don't need to be so precious about how I express myself. like I can express myself in a way that can be received by the public without me having to explain, without being too
Yeah.
um concerned about being understood.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. And that's hard.
Like on social media, people will take you at face value, and people are also
Yeah.
only speaking from their own projections. People are mostly speaking from their own woundings, right? Like half of the time, people fighting on the internet are fighting demons that existed before we even came into the picture.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not just the internet, that's everyday life. And so it's like, ikaw, the question for you is, are you going to step into their pattern? Are you going to allow yourself to fall into their trauma theater, to play a part in their trauma theater, or are you going to step out of that pattern? Because
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have to be your karma, 'di ba? Kay some like it's unsa ito kana we're fighting on the internet about semantics, especially when it comes to
Yeah.
religion, like just the terminology for things, like what do you call yourself, mga inana, like is this a closed practice nganong kini, mga inana. And it's so dense because like culture is dense, right? Culture is dense, the environment is dense, like our families are dense, like all of these things have to be taken into
Mm-hmm.
consideration. But you don't have to tell people what you're doing if you're not harming anyone, right? Or if you're not involving
Mm-hmm.
anyone.
Yeah.
Because kanang, especially people who are not part of your practice, kanang mag-yo-yo kanila about what you're doing, nada yun ay, that's not how you're supposed to do things. Kanang
Yeah. Yeah.
mag-nerd out nga.
Yeah.
And like, which isn't to say that dili valid ang ilahang experience, it's just na you're probably not really communicating. They're probably coming from their soapboxing based on experiences that they've had, and your soapboxing based on your own experiences, and there's a part of the communication that's not meeting because you're not even seeing eye to eye, you're not even in person,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's so much that's lost
Yeah.
when we're not communicating directly, where we when there
Yeah.
are like limitations, like you can't hear tone of voice, you don't see somebody's eyes, you don't know where they're actually coming from, you don't know if they're communicating from a place of hurt, from a place of trauma, from kanang kalmara day sila pag deliver nila sa information, or kanang ano lang, it's just
Yeah.
those words are triggering for you because the last time that somebody spoke those words from to you, they were shouting, right? Na yung mga inana nga mga,
Yeah.
I try to be careful about what I say, like online, because I know na like there will always be a subset of people who will project onto what I'm saying and not take it
Yeah.
for what I'm trying to say.
Once I hear something na murag, okay, murag, this is a very insensitive thing for me to say. So I have this tendency to even correct myself post production, like even sa akong mga outro man ako. I know that I said this earlier, but maybe so I have these um I don't know. I think it's an innate thing sa, maybe it's an effect sa patriarchy, or like mura ganing apologetic ko all the time, like I'm so sorry, like I don't know,
Colonial.
that's something I'm also trying, that's also like something I'm trying to unlearn,
Mm-mm.
or like use and intentionally. Kay, if I'm just always apologetic and always like trying to explain myself, then like what is this for anyway? Sometimes I would be like, why am I so paranoid? Who am I worried about,
Yeah.
basically? So
You
like,
know, that's very Bisaya. Kanang ang ato ang
really,
tendency to
yeah.
self-censor or to consider other people first before ourselves is
Yeah.
something that we've been trained to, we've been socialized to as women, as Bisaya people, as people off center
It's just
bitaw.
piling
Oh,
up.
it's just
Yeah.
layers of that, and then even more so now because of cancel culture, right? So like we're
Yeah.
always acquiescing because we're not the center of the story. Like we're just like the
Mm-hmm.
side characters. We're not even the side characters, we're the background. Colonialism is not of the past, that it's still kanang resonant in our lives right now and how it's still affecting people. But I'm talking to the wrong people because these are the people who do not want to
Yeah.
acknowledge colonialism because they what's it called? They benefit from the system as it
Yeah.
is. They benefit from us being socialized to apologize, right? And
Yeah.
they expect me to
Yeah.
apologize, and they will police me to apologize. And so, murag in that, with regards to like how do I deal with white men, I don't. I don't have to.
Good. Oh my god. Yeah, you don't have that time.
You don't have the
Oh my
time. And I
God.
don't have to interact with them. Most of the people that I interact with are women. Women, BIPOC, LGBTQ. I've never had to. And
Yeah.
I think that's also a problem, to be honest, because we're stuck in these chambers, right? What's it called again? Kanang when you're in your own circle, when you're in your own bubble and you're talking to you're preaching to the
Yeah.
choir and they're not hearing
Yeah.
you, they're only hearing their own thought leaders, their sound bites, their themselves talking basically and agreeing amongst themselves and not experiencing friction. And because we're not experiencing friction, we're getting more and more sophisticated at talking to ourselves, but we're not hearing other perspectives and we're not taking those other perspectives into account. Like, we can, in this conversation, I can see that you're also an astrology girly, you're also like somebody na who's into role playing, and like we have a lot of the same interests, right? And I imagine that your audience is also of the same subset, like we're also
Yeah, like that.
interested in the
Yeah.
same things, and we can also say fuck these men, right? But
Yeah.
you also have like a lot of your audience, I'm sure, have boyfriends, and there's like
Yes.
points of friction where di na lang magtingganay because kanang wa ka kasabot, dili ka
Yeah.
makasabot, and dili like magkapuyan na lang kog explain, dili gihapon ka makasabot. So we're like more and more we're losing tolerance. We're
Yes.
losing
Yeah.
tolerance, we're
Yeah.
losing patience for like educating.
I know the right people will understand what we're talking about. So
Yeah, we can
it
only
doesn't
hope na
require.
koan kanang we get like they are listening.
You're so awesome, and it feels good that I get to talk to you. You are everything I imagine and more. In fact, nga, I'm so proud of you, kay you're there and you're doing things and figuring it out, and then also just like just being a woman, like effortlessly amazing. So like, yeah. Do you want to say anything?
So if you're in
Mm-hmm.
New York and you're Bisaya, like watch out for Ulirat Gathering screenings here in New York. And then if you're in
Oh
the Bay, look
yeah.
at the Film Caravan and Barangay Oakland for Bisaya screenings. I think they have a screening upcoming for Katapusang Bagting and Patay na si Jesus. And I want to bring that
Yeah.
here, sad. It's
Okay,
just I'm still
amazing.
looking for venues. So mana siya. If you're interested at all in Cebuano cinema, connect with me. I'm on Instagram.
Thank you for the time, Ara. I hope you have a nice adventure in New York while it's thawing. And thank you for hanging out under the sink with
Thank you
me.
for making space under the sink for me. Well, if it is a black hole, then
Yes.
there's a lot of space for all of us.
Yeah, but I love the conversation. Thank
Salamat
you.
sa
This is a missed opportunity for most of my guests, or actually most of my episodes here on Under the Sink Show. I should do those things where in podcasts they ask their guests like rapid questions, and then I would just ask them if a a thing belongs in the kitchen drawer or under the sink. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do that in the next season. I don't know if there's going to be a next season. I don't know. But I like doing this, and I don't know if I am going to pause for a bit because I do have a lot of things going on that I need to focus on, and editing these things take a lot of time. And I don't want to release anything that's half-hearted. I hope that you constantly find and discover things under your sink and you get to be fully acquainted with yourself. Under the Sink Show is a The Love Club production, and The Love Club is me. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a nice day, you have a nice week, and I will see you someday, anywhere, soon, maybe. I don't know. Okay, bye. Thank you.